This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Big breaking news. The Build Back Better plan passed in the House. So I'll give you the details of what was in that version of the bill. Most likely going to change when it heads over to the Senate. I'll let you know what Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are okay with, what they're not okay with. Also, we'll go over the latest stimulus articles like this. Surprise stimulus checks worth up to $3,200 to go out to more Americans next year. See if you qualify. Also, this one right here, homeowners can claim up to $30,000 in stimulus relief for their mortgages. Here's how. I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm giving $200 to my subscribers. I'll talk more about that later on in the video. But first, House passes $1.75 trillion Biden plan that funds universal pre-K, Medicare expansion, and renewable energy credits. I'll go over the details of exactly what is in that plan. But first, here's the video clip showing what's going on in the details.
Well, that's right, Carl. Democrats are finally passing their signature social spending package through the House, almost straight down party lines. You could see lawmakers, Democrats, cheering and clapping as those final votes were cast. The final vote tally is 220 to 209. Every Republican voted against it. Almost every Democrat voted for it. The only holdout was Representative Jared Golden of Maine. He's a moderate who was unhappy about the increase in the cap on state and local tax deductions because it benefits millionaires. But overall, Democrats were able to overcome concerns by moderates about the size of this package once the CBO score came out yesterday. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did say that the bill is fully paid for and that it will not increase inflation, though, of course, Republicans do not agree with that assessment. The bill now heads over to the Senate, where Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said that he hopes to pass it by Christmas. However, we know that Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema still have concerns. Other Democratic senators want to make changes as well. So a victory today in the House as this bill, the final tally is 220 to 209, passing through the House. But we still have an uphill climb in the Senate and no votes to spare in that chamber. Guys.
So as mentioned before, it was a 220 to 213 vote. One Democrat voted against it. All Republicans voted against it. So what is in this bill? Let me run through this really quick for you. So universal preschool for all 3- and 4-year-olds, in addition to helping millions of children prepare better for school. The benefit would enable parents of young children to return to the workforce earlier. A child care cost cap of 7% of income for parents earning up to 250% of the state's median income. 4 weeks of federal paid parental sick or caregiver leave. A year of expanded child tax credits. During the past year, these credits have raised household with more than 3 million children out of poverty. So that's going to last one more year, the $300 to $250 per month. Extended pandemic era Affordable Care Act subsidies. So far this year, these subsidies have increased ACA enrollment by more than 2 million. New hearing benefits for Medicare beneficiaries, including coverage for a new hearing aid every 5 years. A $35 per month limit on cost of insulin under Medicare, and a cap on out-of-pocket prescription drug cost at $2,000 per year. $500 billion to combat climate change, largely through clean energy tax credits. This represents the largest ever federal investment in clean energy. An increase in state and local tax deduction limit from $10,000 to $80,000, among many other things, which I could probably turn this into like a 20-minute video, but I want to save you some time. So those are like the basics. Here is what is going to happen when it heads to the Senate and where Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema stand.
Democrats in the House already spent months hashing out the details of this 2,500-page legislation. No surprise they wanted to take a victory lap today. But over in the Senate, they are just warming up. Now, some of the key issues include paid family leave. It's in the House bill, but Senator Joe Manchin is still not on board. Medicare coverage. Senator Bernie Sanders wants to expand it to dental care and eyeglasses, not just hearing aids. Immigration. Unclear if including it will even fly under the Senate's arcane rules. And a tax break that benefits the rich, lifting the cap on state and local tax deductions. Now, that already cost Democrats one vote in the House this morning. The margin of error in the Senate is 0. every Republican is going to vote against this bill, which means all 50 Democrats have to support it. Now, the White House says that senior staff are staying in touch with both Manchin and Senator Sinema about their concerns, and they've been touting numbers from the Congressional Budget Office that they say shows the social spending package is fully paid for. Now, there is debate about whether that's true, but Democrats are hoping it'll sway moderates who are worried that this bill could stoke inflation. In an interview with the Washington Post out today, Sinema said that the recent run-up in prices justify why she has been concerned about high levels of spending that are not targeted or are not efficient and effective. The Senate will be on recess for Thanksgiving next week, and lawmakers will have a full plate when they get back. There's the defense bill, funding the government, the debt ceiling. Still, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to pass this package by Christmas. But, Shep, it seems every time they set a deadline, they miss it.
So it is definitely going to be an uphill battle in the Senate. No guarantee that everything I just said before is going to be in it. Most likely less. And I'll give you some stimulus check news in a moment. But first, I thought this was really interesting. For 85 minutes, Kamala Harris, the vice president, became the first woman with presidential power. So President Biden had a colonoscopy, so he gave his power to Kamala Harris, and I guess she was president for, almost an hour and a half. What are your thoughts on that? Next, let's get into the latest stimulus check news. I like to go over the latest daily stimulus check articles that are kind of misleading headlines, and I just summarize it for you right here. So, surprise stimulus checks worth up to $3,200 to go out to more Americans next year. See if you qualify. What is this talking about? So, basically what they did here is they added up the 3 stimulus checks that came out. So, $1,200 plus $600 plus $1,400 comes out to $3,200. Basically, they're saying if someone did not receive all 3 stimulus checks, they would have to do their taxes next year, and then they get a $3,200 check. Doesn't really make sense with the headline. Doesn't make sense at all, but that's what that headline is about right there. Next one, struggling Americans could be eligible for a tax break that could save up to $2,000. Here's how to apply. So basically, what this is talking about is, according to the Intuit TurboTax website, it can slash tax bills by up to $1,000 for individuals, $2,000 for couples. For those who are married and are applying jointly, adjusted gross income must be $68,000 or less in 2022 to claim the credit. So this is it's called the Savers Credit, and I guess people who qualify for those income could get either $1,000 or $2,000 in their credit. When it comes to the fourth stimulus check, the $2,000 per month to every American. Currently, it is at 2,962,000 signatures. And that fourth stimulus check did not make it into that bill that passed in the House, which, if it didn't pass in the House version, which most of the progressives in the House wanted a fourth stimulus check, if it didn't pass in that version, most likely not going to pass in the Senate version. And we haven't heard about that part 2 in 2022 where the bills would split. So we haven't heard much with that news. Next one, homeowners can claim up to $30,000 in stimulus relief for their mortgages. Here's how. So what this article is talking about is the Mortgage Assistance Fund. So let me get to the money right here. So basically, it varies by state. Connecticut offers up to $20,000 for qualifying households, while Illinois offers up to $30,000. So that is the mortgage assistance, saying there is a federally backed refinance program that could save homeowners as much as $3,000 per year. So this is the mortgage assistance. It's still available if you haven't taken advantage of it, as well as the rental assistance. Both programs super slow for the money to come out, but that's where the $30,000 comes from, is from Illinois giving up to $30,000, of course, if you qualify. Anyways, that is all the stimulus news I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, so my name is Bella. This is the tip of the day. If you make a mistake, then it's okay. You learn from your mistake, it makes you a better person. So it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. We like you a lot. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget about those $200 checks if you want to win that. the directions are in the description below. Also, I want to dedicate this video to my wife because I was freaking out before this video. I spilled water on my computer and it wasn't working. This is after I did all the research, was just about to record, and my wife got home from her 24-hour shift. Of course, she was tired, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to film today because my computer isn't working. And she came over and fixed it. She dried up all the water, which I thought the computer was done, but she made this video possible. So shout out to my wife, Christine, for doing such a great job. Great woman, great person. Love her very much. So yeah, if you want to check out any of my other videos, you could click up here or down here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.